Right, hello folks. Slightly ill but now recovering person here. I'm not in the greatest shape of my life, but I'm gonna stream tonight. Try and get back into the swing of things. Thanks everybody who's joined. Time to transition first. There we go. So yeah, basically, for those who don't know, I've got a job starting next year on webtoon, and I've been asked to rework the first 3 chapters for my comic that I'll be doing for them, and that's basically what I'm going to be doing on stream tonight, is reworking some scenes, or well, some of the scenes that have been added in, or altered I should say. I'm got to try and refrain from spoiling anything, but there's not really anything significant that I'll be spoiling anyway, so I'm just going to do a scene work from there basically. I'm going to refine some of these sketches. This is one of the I think this is the first scene in chapter 3. Yeah, God, I should know this. But I hope you're all doing well. Sorry it's been such a long time since I've streamed, for those who regularly pop by. But I've been ill, so... Oh! My tablet just died then. That's worrying. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I've been ill, so I haven't had the energy to stream. Not the energy, I haven't been working, so. But I'm getting bored of having unfulfilled days, so I'm going to start streaming, and now I should shut up and get on with it now. I'm already doing things wrong, because I need to open up. Open up that frame separately, and then. This is what I need to do now. Now that everything's sketched out, I've got to make everything large. Now bear with. We'll make sure I get the resolution right, or the size right. Now that it's sketched out. Right, let's get on with this, shall we? We've already been 5 minutes. Basically, I'm going to refine some sketches, and then, if any luck, I'll clean them up as well. I'll do this one at a time for the benefit of this stream. So I'll try and complete this particular drawing here. But I still need to refine the sketch first before I do that. Make sure to do everything in layers, so I'll call this FG, short for the foreground. Thanks Garth. Well, at least the notification system's working for some people, Sophia. Obviously to the wrong people, which is just typical of YouTube. Anyway, new layer. My layers are going to be on the side here. It's slightly different than the normal. This will be Dylan on this one. Right, now to fix anything wrong with this sketch. Of course, I've got to sort of pick up the pace here, because when the time comes I'll be doing this weekly, so but yeah, thanks Garth for the kind words. I'm glad someone misses me. It kind of sucks because before this the reason I stopped streaming before I got ill was because I was working on this. But I've asked my editor that I'll be working with, and she's told me that it's absolutely fine, but just avoid spoilers. So I'll probably be doing this on the streams from now on. Well, for the time being at least. Only hopefully I'll be slightly less ill next time. I won't draw the eyes in because this is just a template, I guess. But I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, hopefully I don't give my flu to you guys, because it's sort of like a flu-y slash cold sort of deal. If it was a cold, I wouldn't have stopped streaming, or drawing I should say, as altogether, for the past couple of weeks. And if I'm in the mood for streaming Saturday, I'm gonna... Well, it's currently the thing on Twitter right now, but I might do some Sonic stuff because of the new I think it's a Netflix show they're doing. They're doing like a live-action Sonic, and the teaser's not looking very promising. And of course, everyone's memeing the crap out of that poster that's been going around. Anyway. Of course, the difficult thing about this is meant to be chapter 3 I'm working on here, and I've somehow, unless I make life worse for me, I've got to redraw chapter 3 entirely again, which I'm gonna try and not do. I've somehow got to keep with the style I used to draw back then with these new shots somehow. And I've got to try and figure that out this stream. Because I actually haven't done any cleanup yet since I've started working on this again. Means I'm going to have to use the turnip pen and everything. Mind you, I am using this chance to also rework existing shots that I'm going to keep in the comic. I hope people can follow what I'm trying to say here. Let's do that again, but a bit better. I know Marv's only in the foreground here, so I don't need background, sorry. Let's do that forearm a bit better as well. I'll try not snivel too much on this. Sniff. Whatever. So like I say, I haven't fully recovered yet. Once again, I'm not going to draw the eyes or mouth yet because there's going to be multiple shots for this bit. And for each shot, the face changes. I think for Joe it's going to be different. I should probably go back and check actually, hang on. I swear there's another shot somewhere. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, this is the second shot. So Joe changes, Marv, yeah, the faces change. Okay. So hey Pinkter, thanks for joining again. Yeah, it's been a while anyway. I've been ill for the past couple of weeks, or well, a week or so. So I haven't really been streaming anyway. This is the first time I've streamed in like weeks, I think. I'm gonna try and get back into the swing of things now. Thanks for joining again. Try not to give you my germs. Right. I should probably call that Dill and Marv, so I don't get confused. Another layer. Joe. He's a bit obscured here. Why have I put him over here? I might have to move him forward a bit. This is why I go for my sketches, my initial sketches, because there's always something I do wrong. One day I can just hopefully just go straight into my sketches, then straight into cleanup. Save myself so much time, but I'm not skillful enough to get to that point yet. Especially when I got man flu. I can't even remember. I think this flu I've got is affecting my memory, but I think I've already said this already during the stream, but this is the opening scene for chapter 3. So if you're familiar with my comic, the opening, when it's relaunched, I should say, the opening scene's going to be completely different, but it's going to segue into an already existing one. That's sort of like the point behind it. Just hang on, that's meant to be a door, isn't it? So I better put something there. Right. I've actually got to do a bit of cleanup now. I mean, they're looking okay. I don't think they're. I mean, maybe Marv moves a little bit, but I'm sure I can cheat. Alright, I'm going to have to go back to chapter 3 and have a look quickly. Where are you? You're over here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but if you remember, or have read for chapter 3, this scene here up to about here is going to be completely changed or scrapped, so you'll see when the time comes. Where's Marvin? Where is he? Where is he? This will do. Just trying to remember what he looks like in number 3. I've got to somehow replicate this kind of art style I did back then. This is about nearly 2 years ago now. Right. Time to bite the bullet, I guess. Just get on with it. Wait, it's not the baselines, this is the foreground lines. Right, I'm going to be using... I think I used a G pen for this, didn't I? Right. Bear with, I'm a bit slow. It's been a while since I've done any drawing. For me at least. I don't usually take long breaks from drawing, because like I said, I feel unfulfilled if I don't draw at least once a day. Because, you know, it's the only thing I'm good at. Right, stop fart-assing around and get on with it. Just to forewarn that this stream is probably going to be about an hour, maybe. If you're lucky, it'll be an hour and a half tonight. But hopefully by Saturday everything will be back to normal. I'll try and get back into streaming sort of regularly again, like I used to. Follow the line. I'm going to use a straight line tool because I'm a lazy git. Have I even lined up the... don't think I've even lined this up properly. This line's a bit wonky, but oh well. It's a wonky book. Thanks, Garth. Well, I'm guessing I'm doing alright considering I'm like a week and a bit out of practice. I haven't done any drawing for about a week and a bit, and for me that's a long time. Also, along with this kind of content, I'm going to be doing, I think I said this last time I streamed, which was, I'm going to be doing more practicing drawing my characters as well on stream. Hopefully you guys won't mind when the time comes. It's because I need it, and also I've got to try and think of things to draw that will actually benefit my workflow, I should say. Once again, when the time comes. Right, how did I've got to look back and see how I drew... Hang on, bear with, guys. I just realised I've got to save this as... I've got to save this as a separate file, I think. And also I've saved it in the wrong... Oh, I've saved it in the wrong bloody... Hang on, bear with. Bear with, guys. Got to create a new folder. Chapter 3 relaunch, because this is chapter 3, not chapter 1. I don't want to get things like that mixed up. What panel is it? I don't know. Apparently it's this one. I don't want to save it as a PNG though. Please don't do that. Got to save it as a clip. Wow, it's a good thing I double checked that. That could have gone badly. Ugh. Right, I got sidetracked there. I'm looking how did I draw him back then? Should probably pick a panel that I am going to use. I think I might use this. That's another thing as well on the stream. I think I might go back and rework some panels, old panels as well. Might as well, since I'm doing a relaunch. So maybe I shouldn't focus trying to replicate what he looks like here, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm just talking rubbish again. But let's just get on with it, shall we? See, his hair's done. I draw his hair differently now. This is something I'm going to struggle with. I guess in this case I am going to be ending up redrawing a lot of stuff. Also, my anatomy's gotten better since this time, so that's another thing I'm going to have to consider. Because otherwise the consistency is just going to be all over the place. And I think people are going to notice that. At least the nose is sort of similar. Mind you, I never changed its nose really. That's the second panel, so the eyes, yeah, I will draw the eyes. Eyebrows, yeah, they are sort of thicker. Thank you, Xander. I appreciate you sticking by. I'm glad that my somewhat flawed art at times can inspire people, I guess. But thank you, though. It's all I sometimes don't know what to say other than thanks when people say kind things like that. Hello, comrade. Besides the ceiling, not much is up. Someone gave this a thumbs down. Was that me? Might have been me. Either that or someone didn't want to catch my cold or my flu. It might have been me though, guys. That's the plot twist. What will you do then? Also, whilst I've been ill, I've been looking for adding more music to stream, and I think this is some new music that's playing. If you can hear it, I don't even know if it's on or not. Probably get copyrighted though, but oh well. It's not like I make much money doing this. You must do it for the greater good. The greater good. Pat, I can't believe you gave away that storyline. Hello Lotso, thanks for joining again. It's nice to see regular folk as well as new ones. And people who have been quietly watching. I know I sound slightly more dead than normal, but I'm trying. In case you guys can't tell, this is meant to be a book. I think, actually hang on. It's quite hard to tell, to be honest. But let's fix that. Hopefully when this is coloured it will look a bit more clearer. Adding some lines there, just a sign that there's, like, you know, pages or something resembling that. But the thing is though, the flip button has become my friend. Well, flipping horizontally, because like I said, I don't know what it is, but you can somehow pick up errors, and that will help you in the long run, even though you do have a love-hate relationship with it. Right, Marv's in the background here. They're on the same layer, but wait, hang on. Put his arm in front. Thing is though, even though I learnt the flipping horizontally thing by watching digital art, like artists, I can't remember who it was. I was watching someone who was streaming and they mentioned it. But I don't understand how like art teachers at college and that never taught me to do it on paper, because surely you can do it on paper as well. It's one thing I thought about recently, because I've had a lot to think about during the past couple of weeks. Can't even play Red Dead Redemption 2 at the moment because I've got no batteries. Yeah, that's going back to that, Xander, that's why you should probably sketch things out first, then flip it as much as you can and see what you can fix before cleaning things up. That's why planning is so important. I see you, Pinkter, that's no problem. Thanks for joining as always. See you again. I've got to make sure I don't make this look too up to date, this art style. I keep forgetting that. It's really difficult trying to do this though, trying to go back to how I used to draw things. I need to find Marv again. I've forgotten how I drew him. I'll pick that one. Yeah, the structure of his face is different back then to how it is now. In fact, all of them are a bit different. Mind you, like I said, maybe this is a chance for me to redo some stuff. A good cheap drawing tablet, I can't really suggest any. The one I used before this was it was a Wacom bamboo, and it was £50. I don't know if you can consider that cheap though. You might have to shop around for that sort of thing though. So it's probably a bit too much choice these days for tablets and that. I guess that's sort of a good thing though. You don't want to be limited on choice. There's nothing wrong with updating the visuals, Decimal. It's just because it just means I've got to do more work. Because like I said, I've got to try and keep the consistency of how it used to look like. Because if I make it look like how I draw them now, it's going to look very obvious in that there's going to be inconsistencies. That's what I'm worried about. That dude is pissed at that hand. Yeah, no context, it looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Oh yeah, he's got a body, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, he's got a nose as well, I forgot about that. See, nose back there. In fact, this nose isn't even finished. You should at least have a nostril or something. Actually, I think his head's a bit too big here. Might have to shrink that down. Hang on, bear with, guys. I've made his head too big, that's what it is. There we go. I'm still making mistakes. This can only be a good thing. Actually, I might have to redraw that. Or at least go over the lines again. There we go, this is more like my old style. Actually no, it's always been my style to make mistakes. Thicken some of these lines up though. There we go, these are my old techniques. Yeah, I'm definitely American. You can tell that in my voice. Yee-haw. See? Oh yeah, I should probably save. The save button is also your friend. Yeah, I'm my own worst critic, I should say. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing though, because that means I want to improve even more. That's why I think if you're doing, that's why I think you should be open to criticism. No matter what you do, you're more likely to improve then. Just don't be a dick about it. I spent so long drawing Marv. Right, let's get Joe done. Mind you, I'm just taking my time. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things tonight. So I appreciate you guys sticking around, tolerating this. Pardon me. I don't need that anymore. Pardon me. Oh. Should probably name that to that. Right, Joe is, yeah. I'll use 4 point on this guy as well. Actually, let's go back. I hope you enjoy looking through my old files. I'm just seeing how his profile works here. Also, out of context, this looks very odd as well. Especially with people with an immature mind. Right, okay, I drew his profile like that. I'm trying to keep to the style I used to draw in. Oops. Let's do that a bit better though. Let's do that a bit better though. Oops, his nose is a bit compressed. But I don't draw his nose like that anyway, so why did I sketch it out like that? I know this looks like it's a bit odd here, but you're not going to see that when it's done. Putting that line there just makes colouring easier. Thanks Decimal. And thanks Psycho. I try. I guess I'm alright at what I do. But not much else though. Yeah, I'd say that's very similar to how I used to draw him. Where has it gone? Oh, I think I crossed it off. Oh yeah, I haven't drawn his logo on his shirt either. That would help. Also, am I not back to front? Yeah, I'm not. Good. D's gonna be really obscured here because of perspective. Actually, I don't even need to draw the B. Right, area scaling, put that down to -4. Bucket tool. No, didn't really work. Let's Just because I put a line there. Oh well. Right, I'm going back to WoW files again. Bear with, guys. I'm going to be doing this a lot, though. I get confused what side this is on for Marv, so it's on that side. And then on this side, he's got the flag. Right, now to do the eye layers. Well, the first one anyway. Actually, firstly I'm going to sketch out the eyes again for Marv. Doesn't look right, it's too simplistic there. Also, he's not even looking at Joe here. I don't know why I drew him. Again, he needs to be like looking about there, I think, rather than to the side of him. Not looking so psychotic though. That's a bit too psychotic. I'll fix that in a minute. I've been meaning to get to doing character sheets, Psycho. Any tips for colouring? Well, I can only give tips for how I do things, which is do everything in layers, and yeah, do everything in layers. Don't put it on the same. Don't colour. Like for example, don't colour things like this. Like this is the same layer as the line work. Don't colour stuff like that. Well, that's a bad example anyway. But make a new layer and put it underneath the lines as well. I guess that's one way I colour things. Also, it depends what software you use. If you don't use Clip Studio Paint like I do, I can't really give tips on how to colour. Anyway, eyes. Back to the eyes. Oh yeah, they look terrible. Let's do that again. They still look terrible. Maybe have him looking down actually. Have him like pondering rather than just trying to look straight at Joe. Because they sort of are pondering in this scene. Talking about Layla. That's one layer for the eyes, and then another one. So it's going to be on a separate panel, or another panel. Of course, I'm not doing this on the timeline, so this is making it even more annoying. What's the other one like? He's like that. Does like that. Okay. Sword looking upwards this time. Let's do that again. We'll get rid of that now. Don't need that. It does cost money, but for me it's worth every penny. For well, I got mine for about £80, I think. No, I got it for even less than that because it was on offer. I like it. I found it. I got grips to it very quickly. Depends what you're looking for in drawing software, I guess. How the hell did I draw him? Not much different, to be honest, actually. Just like that. Okay. Right. I guess I'm gonna colour this one. There's not much of a background to this yet. Probably not gonna do that yet. Oh yeah, if anybody's recommending GIMP, don't. GIMP is a terrible program. If you want to do what I do, at least. Or something similar. I used to struggle with GIMP before I used this program. Anyway, yeah. Right. Now to colour, this is how I colour things. Digitally at least. I'm going to reference the lines, which is this. I'm going to grab the little lighthouse here. Once that's marked, go back to your colour layer. And I'll just colour Marv for now. One of the reasons why I love this program, so you can do this. Oops. Oh, did I draw out the wrong layer? Why has that happened? Ah. Oh, that was kind of silly. Okay. Bear with. There we go. For some reason I drew the patterns on the wrong layer. Let's do that again. Now just drop in the colours. And if the colour margin's right, which is this thing here, it just drops in the colours for you without any bleed or anything like that. Saves so much time. With GIMP I couldn't do this. You had no option for this sort of thing. Oops. Sometimes that will happen though, that's because you're not selecting the inside. Speaking of terrible YouTube rewind, like, unpopular. Yeah, it was still crap, but unpopular opinion. I don't think it deserved 7 million. Last time I checked, it's got several million dislikes. But at the same time, I can see why it's hated so much, because it's just so. It's literally got nothing to do with YouTube now. It's just corporate rubbish and insincere messages. It's like the most disconnected video they could have done. Like seriously, they started off with Will Smith, which is like the worst thing you could do, is get a celebrity. Because yeah, that's what makes you think of YouTube, doesn't it? Bloody celebrities. Talk show hosts as well, that sort of thing. It's just, I guess now that I think about it, it does deserve the hate. Oh yeah, they're both here, so. And also, I've noticed, like, they did this last year as well. They keep getting the same creators to do Rewind. I thought with Rewind, you're meant to get like people who made a name for themselves this year. They didn't do that. They got like the same people again, by the looks of it. And ASMR channels, which ASMR's been big on YouTube before 2018, which makes me laugh. Oh, thank you Sam for the 20. Sam back at it again. Thank you once again though, Sam. I sound slightly grouchier than normal, that's because I'm still getting over the flu. But thank you. Don't get me wrong, I like Will Smith as well, but he doesn't. He's not what I think of when I think of YouTube. But according to YouTube themselves, they think, yeah, this was good. And also, it's like there's loads of crap about Fortnite. Like what? As far as I know, Fortnite's bigger on Twitch than it is on YouTube. I don't know. It just seemed completely wrong. Disconnected is the best way I could describe it. I don't think it's the worst video in the world though. I guess just because it's coming from YouTube, people are going to hate it. What am I doing? I need to get a colour for this book actually. Thank you Xander for the tenner. That's very kind of you as well. Hang on, I'm trying. Where's the panel where I'm pretty sure he's getting books out somewhere? Is it this one? Ah, it's not showing it. Oh, okay. This is basically this scene from a different angle, and things are going to be changed this time. Oh, I'm trying to think of colours now. Another thing that made me laugh as well was oh okay, well I stand corrected then, Fortnite is still pretty big on this platform. But another thing that made me laugh was they said let's read the comments, and the comments were so fake. There was like one that said, what was it? It's like, this year will be The Rock and next year will be Will Smith. Yes, that's what people were saying, of course. Yeah, it was just a commercial. Sam's right. I hate everything said. It's just a corporate circle jerk. But should people be surprised at this point? I mean, YouTube's been like that for years now. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by roundabout YouTube now. I'm going to add some shadows for Dylan, and once again do this on a separate layer if you want to make life easier for yourself. I can't remember when I did the shadows for this, did I? I'm going to have to pick up the same colours I used to use then, I guess. Again, I did the shading different back then. Going to grab the mapping pen for this one. I didn't go mad with shading back then, so I'm going to keep it relatively simple. Yeah, I like the animations as well, but like I said though, they're already they established themselves last year, most of them, or like years before. What I think they should do with Rewind every year is get creators who made a name for themselves that year, rather than just getting the same people over and over. That's what I think is the worst thing about the Rewind, is that they just keep getting the same people. From what I like, there's people I don't even know, but I recognise their faces. I didn't like the one before it either. The one at 2017 deserves Rewind. No, I don't. Also, I think you need to reach 1 million subscribers at least to go on to be featured. And that's another thing as well. They missed out on so many stories that happened this year as well. I think that's another reason why people dislike it. Like, what about, there's like no mention of Stefan Carl dying, or Total Biscuit, who died this year as well. He was a pretty big, I think he was pretty big on YouTube, wasn't he? What else? That Lego channel, I think he's called Republic Attack. Did everybody hear about that story where basically all his Legos got robbed and he was going to quit YouTube, but luckily the community came together and brought his passion back? Like, that wasn't mentioned. That I was expecting that to be there. Obviously YouTube just didn't know that happened. That was a pretty big story for a while. I didn't think this would come into a debate where we talk about YouTube Rewind. But I guess it's current, we'll talk about it. I guess to give them credit, at least they did not disable comments or the like bar, which is something I was expecting them to do. They never did. In fact, they've actually acknowledged how disliked it's like the most disliked video on YouTube, which is amazing. Because they've said something on Twitter now. I think I've replied to it. I said, "We've now listened to your opinions and we'll make things better next year." It's like, yeah, I don't think one video is going to fix the problems the site has. Again, that's another insincere response. Sorry, did I miss donations? Sorry guys, I haven't been looking at chat all the time. Oh, thank you Jack for the 2, and thank you Xander as well. I think I said thanks to you as well, but just to make sure. Right, hang on. Time to do shadows for Marv. I think we're only going to get one panel done tonight. I'm trying to think what other things they could have put in featured on YouTube Rewind this year. Obviously people want PewDiePie to be on it, but let's be honest, that's never going to happen. Not after what you know. In fact, the bit I personally had a gripe with was like the what was it? Yeah, the comments that made me laugh, and just like the insincere messages like halfway to try and manipulate the audience, thinking, "Oh, YouTube ain't actually that bad. We've done some good things this year." It's like you haven't really done anything like that. Saying, "Oh, let's have a shout out to all the people that have done this year, done charity work." Yes, because that's thanks to YouTube. And the people who said that sort of thing meant it so much. Manipulation. It's one of my favourite things about life. I love it when people try to manipulate others. Yeah, I sort of care about getting one panel done because eventually I'm going to have to be working a lot faster when the time comes. Oh yeah, the Suicide Forest, they forgot to mention that. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about YouTube Rewind now. I think I've gone on for about 20 minutes about that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to do the colour for the eyes as well, so I'm going to do that on a separate layer. Eco. Eye colours for short. E-color. Where's got too many panels open. There we go. That's what I wanted. Tongue colour as well. We've even done the tongue colours differently back then. That's that done. Equal to E-color 2. God, I'm going to have to use the timeline, which is this thing down here next time. Saves so much time switching backwards and forwards because I won't have to keep clicking stuff off and on like this. Very annoying. Actually, I should stress that I don't use Clip Studio Paint. I use Paint EX, which has this timeline thing. It lets you do lets you do animations as well. Actually, I think this upgrade's $80. $80. I did talk about that earlier, Jack, about the Sonic thing, which is something I might do next stream for shits and giggles. It's becoming a bit of a meme at the moment where everyone's like redesigning Sonic. So if that meme's still relevant on Saturday, I might do that. Oh yeah, his eye here needs to be Well, the bit under his eye needs to be coloured. There we go. Sorted. Right, going back to the foreground, because I've got to draw the inside. This is the inside of the locker, in case people can't tell. Just the frame, this bit here. Actually, no, that's on the wrong layer. That's on the shadows layer. Let's do that again. And then for the shadows, I'm gonna add like this colour. There we go. Guess I will use the watercolour brush a little bit here, just to blend it a bit more. Ah, but I never used to do this back when I originally drew it. Oh, I guess I can get away with doing it once or twice. Because there's maybe like speech bubbles here, which I won't do on this stream. Oh, sorry if anybody's left. Sorry, I haven't been able to keep up with chat tonight. It's been pretty busy. But good night, folks. Sorry if I've missed anybody. And hello, Alimo. Sorry, I've only just seen you. No idea what I'm talking about. In all fairness, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. I sort of don't follow through with my words. Oh yeah, I haven't given Joe any colours yet. I think we should do that now. Right, get rid of those now. Get rid of that one. Aha. There you are. Didn't finish off the shadows here. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sort of, my mind's all over the place at the moment. Didn't finish off under here. Why don't you tell me these things, chat? Right. Anyway, that's all I had to do for that. Now do it for Joe. Actually, I might just have to do it here. Yeah, that's good enough. Bare minimum. Any tips on how to draw dragon wings? I really can't. I'm not very good at drawing animals in general, to be honest. I think back along on one stream I drew, it was some dragon from Fairy Tale, I think. Sorry, Fairy Tits. And yeah, I struggled with the wings, and I didn't even draw like all of it. I just drew like the top part, of the like wing structure. But yeah, this is that's basically 2 panels done. Obviously, going to work on it a bit more. Shall I leave it there? Right, I'm just gonna save that. So yeah, for example, the changes I'm making, this panel here, I'm not going to be using for the reboot, like this scene, up to this scene. That's staying. This is staying, but I'm going to have to make some changes to that one, to be honest. This is actually a new... I guess I could show you guys this. This is basically the new opening scene. For chapter 1, this is like when all the basically all the introduction to the characters is all being completely redone. If you guys remember chapter 1, or even read my comic, I assume people who are here are reading my comic at the moment. Again, this is I never used to be able to draw like this back in 2015. Yeah, at least the mouth was alright. Decimal. Yeah, I guess Alamo, you just got to look up references or look up tutorials of people by people who know how to draw dragons. The lack of eyes is creeping you out. What, here? Ah, right, I see. There we go. Still lacking here, though. Mind you, it doesn't have any. What a plot twist. I guess I can say that, yeah, the intro's been changed. But I guess that's all I can say. Yeah, not going to show much else. I'm just talking through my method of madness now. Oh wait, I need to draw Joe again, don't I? I guess I'll do this before I go. That's why I was just chatting, because I don't plan to do any more. Right, we will do one more thing, and that's another frame for Joe. Because here, where is it? Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Here he's like sort of, you know. Yeah, it just looks a bit old. It's just like he's licking his finger at the moment. Right, let's rough this out again. Oh, don't do it on the same layer though. That's a bit silly. Let's do that again. Just going to trace over this, save so much more time. And now I'm going to rotate that a bit. Because this time he's looking down a bit more. Actually, maybe I have his finger pressing on his chin. Maybe this will look better. Hopefully look better. Yeah, basically the panel's not changing that much here, it's just him. Just thinking. It's his thinking emoji face. I guess whatever you're trying to learn to draw, Alamo, is try and break down the structure first before going into detail. Like, granted, here I haven't really been doing that this stream, but only because I've drawn these characters so much that I sort of don't have to bother doing the structure sometimes. But when I was learning to draw them, or if I want to draw them properly, I will break down the structure first before going into anything else. I hope that makes sense. Probably doesn't. Yeah, but always have references at hand. You don't necessarily have to draw exactly how they look like on the picture, but it helps just to have a reference there, just in case you forget how something looks. But you don't have to copy it as to what it looks like. It's just, you know, even I use references. In fact, I don't use enough of them. Right, don't need that one. Right. J lines 2. Back to the G pen. I should probably flip, see what I've done wrong here. Can't imagine the profile was any worse though, because it's exactly the same. I've traced over it. How naughty of me. Oh well, that's our little secret. Actually, that finger is a bit too long. But yeah, after I've done this bit, I'm gonna call it a night. It's gonna be about an hour and a half stream. Anyway, so I hope you don't mind me doing this sort of work, because, like I said at the start, I'm gonna have to do more of this stuff in future anyway, so I don't have a choice eventually. But I hope you guys enjoy it. If not, it's just nice to chat with you guys. It's nice to chat with people who don't want to put a restraining order on me. I need to draw the B a little bit here. Make sure it's backwards because I have flipped it. Put that area scaling down to 3, I think it was -3, yeah. Another thing that's really nice is the area scaling tool when you're filling out colours on this program. So you can do neat tricks like that. Yeah, but don't feel bad about doing that, Alamo, because I can guarantee you professional artists use references all the time. In fact, there's actually some Disney films which basically copy references. Like there's certain scenes like I can't think of one on the top of my head, but even Disney films use references and they basically copy it straight from the shot they use to film. They film it all themselves, obviously, because then if you film it yourself, then you don't get done for plagiarising. Thanks, Jack. It's not the worst thing that's been said. But hopefully by Saturday I'll be fully recovered, because I want to stream Saturday. Well, I feel right now, to be honest, but I still feel a little bit like I've had this swimming sensation in my head during this flu, which isn't pleasant. It's like I've got a migraine, but I haven't. Also, I've had like a stomach ache as well during this flu, which is very odd. I've never had that before. Luckily that only lasted a couple of days. Actually, I'm just going to do that on the same layer. Screw it. Sometimes I don't put the shadows on a separate layer. I only need it for the skin in this shirt, to be honest. Anyway, so make sure I'm on the right layer, because then that's disastrous if I don't get it on the right layer. Got to turn the colour margin down, and if I'm doing it on the same layer though, because if I don't, it just fills up the entire bit. Add a bit of shadow here because of his arm, just to make it stick out a bit more as well. Well, that'll do it for tonight, guys. Yeah, I've had the flu for about a week and a bit, so you haven't missed any streams for like the last 1 or 2 weeks. I mean, that'll do, guys, for this one. Made some sort of progress this stream at least. So these two panels are basically done now. Just need to put in a bit of background, not too much though, because don't really need to establish what's going on yet or where they are. Just, yeah, there'll be basically some speech bubbles here and there maybe. That's basically this panel done. My first new panel done. It's a first. Right, oh. So yeah, thanks again, guys. Time to fade out that music. Pardon me. Before I leave you, I'll leave you with a burp. Thanks Sam, Xander and Jack again for the donations. It's very kind of you. See, this is a return stream and I'm sort of more dead than normal. But yeah, let's close that. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys Saturday for either memes or more of this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Alright, thank you guys, it's very kind of you. Well, I'm going to see you later. You know what time it is. It's been a while, but it's time to fade out. See you later, guys. Love you long time.